Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do the real review for the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 and the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. Now for this video, we're going to focus on the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, but just remember, the interface is exactly the same. So everything you could do on your Watch 5 Pro, you can do on your Watch 5. All right, here we go. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love
White shoes.
my white shoes.
Calm down. Okay, now let me start off by answering the main question everybody been asking me all week. You got yourself a Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Should you go out and upgrade to the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro? And as usual, this is a two-part answer. I would say yes and no. Here's the yes. This is the biggest upgrade you're going to notice is battery. Now, if you're the type of person that wears your watch 24/7, okay, you want to charge it every other day, you sleep with it on, you shower with it on, you rocking this shit all day, all night, then you're going to want more battery. So I would say definitely upgrade. But here's the thing. If you're just a casual watch wearer, maybe you wear your watch to work, you wear it to the gym, you don't sleep with it on, you charge it up every single day, then I would say definitely don't upgrade. They're going to feel exactly the same, and you're going to be losing the rotating bezel. Okay, you're going to miss that. Trust me. Okay, so upgrade for battery. But other than that, as far as the UI, they just pushed out an update so you can get all of the watch faces from the 5 on your 4 now. The interface, the messaging, the camera app, the GPS, everything works exactly the same. And this is kind of the theme with this second, third quarter of Samsung. All of the products that came out, they're not really big upgrades, they're minor upgrades. The Z Fold 4, minor upgrade. Z Flip 4, minor upgrade. The Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, minor upgrade. The watches, minor upgrade. The only real upgrade this year was Galactus. Okay, now if you had an S21 Ultra, you needed to upgrade because you wanted that Bluetooth S Pen, and you know they fixed the camera issues. The whole back of the phone looks totally different. This was a real upgrade. Everything else, though, I would say this is one of those years that you could skip the upgrade and wait till next year. Now, let me start off by talking about everything that I don't like, and there's really only one thing. Okay, now everybody knows the Galaxy watches are my favorite watch. I like this way more than the Apple Watch. But there's one thing that I don't like. They got rid of the rotating bezel. I mean, this was the staple of Samsung watches, okay, ever since they first introduced it. Now, if you go on my channel and type in Flossy Carter Samsung watch, you're going to see all of the watches. I had every single one from the first one with the camera right there. Remember the big camera in the band? Then the second one had the camera right there in the front. Then the big boy. All right, I'm still rocking this to this day. All right, this is the big boy. Bong. All right, the Gear S. This is still my favorite all-time tech watch ever. And then they came out with the rotating bezels. Now, once I went to the rotating bezel, I couldn't go back to this. Okay? Now, with the Watch 5 and the 5 Pro, you can rotate on screen, but it's just something so satisfying about having a rotating bezel. And if you're eating a bunch of fried chicken, okay, you don't have to, I always say fried chicken, you're eating some watermelon, whatever you're eating, you don't have to touch your screen. You can rotate the bezel like this. So I'm hoping that everybody's outraged with this causes Samsung to bring back the rotating bezel for the Galaxy Watch 6 Pro. All right, so put that hashtag in the comments, bring back the rotating bezel. That is the only thing about this watch that I don't like. Now, let's talk about everything that I do like, which is everything, basically everything. Now, to charge your watch, you're going to need this wireless charger. Somebody told me to talk about how it doesn't sit flat on the watch. I mean, but it doesn't really matter. This is not like a phone. All right, this is something that once you put on the charger, it doesn't have the strongest magnet in the world, but it'll pick up the phone. Like, it's not bad. All right, this is a wireless watch charger. Whoever that was that asked me to talk about this, okay, you got your wish. I'm talking about it. But I'm saying this, it ain't really a big deal for me. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice until you brought it up. But this is how much I love my community. Any small issues, I'm going to address it. So if that's a big deal for you, I don't know why it would be, but hey, it is what it is. Now, let's talk about the actual watch. As far as the differences between the 5 and the 6, the 5 and the 6, the 5 and the 5 Pro, this one is just a bigger, more rugged watch. But the same thing. This has on-screen rotating bezel. On-screen, I can't even say rotating bezel. On-screen rotation. The UI and the interface is exactly the same. It's just like a lighter version. And like I said, I'm going to concentrate on this one. Now, you can change the bands. All you got to do, hit those little pins, pop off the bands. You got all your sensors on the back. Okay? You got your home button with that little hint of red to it. And your back button. Now, the home button has multiple features, okay, now which we're going to talk about in a minute. Now, real quick, if you swipe down, here's your quick toggles. So you got bedtime mode. So if you're going to sleep with this watch on, put it on bedtime mode. You got your power menu. You got all your different settings, okay? Now, see, this is what I'm saying. Without the rotated bezel, it's just annoying. You got connections, notifications, sound and vibrations, display, Samsung Health, advanced features, batteries, apps, general accessibility, private, all this stuff. Now, all this stuff I'm about to show you on the phone, but you could do it from the watch or the phone. It'll be easier if I show you on the phone. So we hit the back button. All right, so there goes all your toggles. Okay, you got your watch always on display. You got volume, do not disturb. You got a little flashlight. You got your brightness, battery saving. You could turn on ultra power saving mode. Your volume, your Wi-Fi, that little water drop. If you do swim with this watch on and it gets wet, turn that on and it'll air out the speakers. Okay, you got airplane mode. You got your Bluetooth if you want to connect to some headphones and use your watch to navigate the music. You can do it like that. You got Find My. Okay, if I want to find my phone, hit that. Phone is ringing. Okay, now, this is one of my most used features because I'm always leaving my phone somewhere. Oh, I get out the car, my phone drops between the seat. I'm like, oh, where's my phone at? All you got to do is press one button, locate your phone. Okay, so that's a nice little feature. Let's go back. Okay, and you got theater mode. Okay, and GPS. Now, theater mode, when you go to the movies, okay, you don't want to be that douchebag. You ever been to the movies and somebody got an Apple Watch on, you sitting in the back, you can always see their watch going off? That's kind of annoying, okay? You're going to see it out the your peripheral vision, somebody's bright-ass watch, especially somebody like me that always got their phone on max brightness and their watch on max brightness. You don't want to see that when you're trying to enjoy the movie. All right, so put it on theater mode. It'll automatically dim out your watch, block your notifications. All right, so that's all your toggles. You swipe up. This is going to be all of your apps. Now, we're going to go through those in a minute. There's your back button. You swipe over this way. Now, here's your notifications. Now, this is the part that I miss about the rotating bezel. When I'm checking my notifications, I just got so used to checking them like this, scrolling through. Now, you can rotate it if you want, but I find it easier now to just swipe. I'm starting to get in the habit of actually swiping. So I got a bunch of notifications. Okay, somebody's at the front door, missed phone calls, world news, Galaxy Store, 16 updates, phone calls, okay? And you can hit clear all, bang, so no more notifications. Now, you can rotate or swipe. All right, so let's go back. So we'll swipe. So you swipe over one way. Now I got my music. Okay, look, I just got a notification. Okay, so I got my music. So I can hit play whatever music I was playing. I don't think I have nothing on there right now. Okay, I got my quick contacts. So these are the people that I call the most or text the most. So I got Maya, I got my girl, and I got my 2 trap phones. My 2 trap phones. Now you can keep track of all of your steps. Okay, you got a bunch of different sports activities and workout activities. So we got running, walking, cycling. There's so many. Now I'm not into all of this stuff really, but you got swimming, circuit training, hiking. What's this? Weight machines, exercise bikes. Now, personally, and it's going to show you your heart rate. Okay. Now, personally, I don't use watches for really working out. I just use them to control the music. But you do what you do. Okay. Now, you got your routes. So you can use this for GPSing. If you bike riding or jogging, have your routes. Okay. You got your sleep timer, your sleep tracker, your snoring tracker, your blood oxygen. All of that stuff will track while you're sleeping. You got your body composition. Now, matter of fact, before we even go too deep into that, let's take it over to the app. And then I'll show you some real world usage. Okay, so everything that I was doing just now from the watch, you can do from your phone. So you're going to go to your Wear app. So you see I got my watch face. Okay, bang. Now, on a side note, if you like this watch face and you want to see some of my favorite watch faces, click the link that's right here, and I'll leave a link for that video up in the description. I got some dope watch faces, okay, and they'll work on this watch and your watch 4 and your watch 3. It'll work on all of them. Okay, so now say from the app, it shows you my battery percentage, okay, 86%. I got 4 days and 8 hours left. Okay, now, me, I don't sleep with a watch on. Okay, so I don't really care. I've never seen the battery die on this yet. I've never seen the battery die on this one yet. Okay, because I just take them off and put it on the charger. Okay, so now you got a bunch of different watch faces. Okay, so you can manage these. You can customize these. I think when I did the unboxing, we went through all of these already. Whole bunch of different watch faces to choose from. And if you choose it right here, it'll switch on the watch. Now, personally, this is called GoldenEye or Secret Agent. This is my favorite one. So I'm just going to leave it on that. Okay, now here's your app screen. Okay, when you swipe up, this is your app screen. So any apps that you add on your phone is going to automatically add to your watch. So here's all of the apps that I use. We're going to play with some of those in a minute. Next, you got tiles. Now you see when I was swiping over, let's go home. When I was swiping over, these are called tiles. So I could change all of my tiles. I could rearrange them. Or I can add more. So I can add an alarm. You can add your Buds controller if you want to control your Galaxy Buds. Heart rate monitor. That's your cardiogram. Contacts, food. All of this stuff you can add. Now I got the ones that I need. You add the ones you need. You got your quick panel. That's your toggles. We already seen those. They did have NFC and touch sensitivity. That was 2 more. Okay, so now let's go to the watch settings. You got notifications. Now, if you want to, you can mute your notifications on your phone. So if you're wearing your watch, you don't need to get a notification on your watch and your phone. But me, I like to get both. All right, BOF, both. Why not? Okay, so here's all the apps that you get notifications from. I'm going to turn on Instagram. Why not? You got more. I like to have everything going off. Why not? Okay, you got advanced notifications. Okay, so you got your indicator. Notification indicator. You could read notifications aloud. So this way, if you now, this is not for scumbag mode. This is for when you're in the house working and you don't want to keep looking at your watch and looking at your phone. Maybe you're typing some important stuff out. It'll read your notifications aloud. You can show them with the details. You can have your notifications turn your watch screen on. I like that. And turn on for new apps. Okay, so that was advanced. Let's go to sound and vibrations. Okay. Now for vibrate, you got short or long. Okay, 2 different intensities. You can have it vibrate to different type of vibrations. Now, you can't really hear it, but each one of these has a different tone. So if you put on a heartbeat, it's like, put on zigzag, it's, once you get the hang of it, play with it though, a bunch of different ones for calls and for notifications. Now, you can raise or lower the volume for your Bixby voice, media, and notifications. Okay, you got different ringtones. This is the actual speaker ringing. And look, this is another difference between this and the iPhone, the Apple Watch. Customization. And the Apple Watch, you can't play music from the watch. I'm going to show you can do that on this one. All right, so let's get some ringtones. Nothing too crazy. All right. No need to go through all of them. I'll leave it on. Let me see. I usually use this one. You know, nice and subtle, rising star. You got notification sounds. Again, this is what separates this from the Apple Watch. You ever been somewhere when you're wearing your Apple Watch and somebody gets a text message? Everybody looks at their watch at the same time. It's all one tone. This, you got way more customization. Okay? These are different notification sounds. I like soft chimes. This one is very non-intrusive. That one is really simple. Okay, we'll leave it on chirp. Why not? Old school status. Okay, system vibration and system sounds. Okay, you can have your hourly chime if you want. Okay, so now let's go to display. Okay, max brightness, but you can put it on auto brightness if you want to save battery. Always on display. Now this watch does have this watch face. A lot of different watch faces have their own auto always on display, but I like this one. All right, it kind of just grays out. You see, that's the always on display, and then when you pick it up, bang, it'll turn back on. Okay, so raise wrist to wake up. So when you raise your wrist, that's like a little tongue twister. Raise wrist to wake up. Raise your wrist to wake up. That's how I turn into Astro. Rilla Roach. Remember the Jetsons? All right, let's keep it moving. All right. Touch screen to awake. Bong. Touch it and wake it up. Show media controls. Screen timeout. Your max timeout is 1 minute. Okay. Now you can also have it if you turn your watch off. If the watch times out and you quickly turn it back on, it'll show your last app within 20 seconds, within 2 minutes, or 1 hour. Now I leave 20 seconds because when I'm finished using an app, I really want to get out of there quick. But you can have it stay on more. Okay, you can change your font size, your touch sensitivity, and your battery, show your charging info. Okay, so we got Samsung Health. Okay, your heart rate, you can have it take every 10 minutes, measure constantly, or manual only. I like to have mine every 10 minutes while I'm sitting still. Okay, now high, let's turn that on. So if my heart rate goes over 120 beats per minute, that means either I'm getting some buns or I'm working out. Either way, I don't want my watch disturbing me. Okay, but you can leave that on if you want, or lower than 40. You might as well leave that on. Now, if you need your watch to tell you that your heart rate is lower than 40, by then you're already going downhill. Okay, so you got stress. I like to measure my stress manually. Blood oxygen during sleep. If you're going to wear your watch to sleep, might as well leave that on. Snore detection. All right, if you're cutting those logs in the middle of the night. Okay, activities to detect. Okay, so this way, if you start running, right now, if I set it to activities to detect running, as soon as I start running, it'll know that I'm working out. It'll know that I'm doing my jogging or whatever I want, and it'll automatically take me to my running workout routine. Okay, and inactive times. What am I doing? Inactive times. All right, so you can set inactive times. Boom, you can turn that on or off. I'm going to just leave that off. Okay. Okay, so let's go to advanced features. Now, this is cool right here. Home key. This is your home key. This is your back key. Okay. Double press your home key for Find My Phone, or if you want, you can have it set up to an app. So I got mine set for if I double press my home key, it'll automatically take me to Find My Phone because this is the one that I use the most. Okay. But again, you could customize that to whatever you want. Let's go back. Now, press and hold. This will bring me to my assistant. Oh, for the home key. Let's do that again. What's the weather for tomorrow?
It'll be partly cloudy there Saturday, with a high of 87 and a low of 73.
Beautiful. Okay, now again, for press and hold, you can have Bixby. I like Google Assistant better, or you can have your power off menu. Now you got gestures for answering calls. So this is a gesture. So say I'm wearing the watch and I get a phone call, all I got to do is lift it up and I'll answer that call. Now, personally, I leave that off because I don't want to take any unnecessary calls. Okay. Now, say you get a phone call, you can go like this and dismiss it. Okay. And these actually work. I've tried them out. They actually work. I just don't like it because, you know what I'm saying? What if I'm shadow boxing and I get a phone call? I don't want to accidentally dead somebody. All right. Quick launch. Okay. Bong, you just go like that. You can launch apps. Again, this is kind of, I wouldn't say gimmicky, but not really for me. You got your remote connections. All right, so let's go to battery. Okay, now if you notice, if you want to wear this for 2-3 days straight, you might want to turn on power saving mode. You don't need always on display. You don't need the max brightness. Put it on power saving. But it shows you what apps are eating your battery. Okay, so now you got all your different apps. And you could go to the Play Store, download as many as you want. And it'll automatically, once you download on your phone, it'll automatically sync up to your watch. Manage content. Now, this is kind of dope. Watch this. Say I want to add some music. This which brings me back to my point of something that the Apple Watch can't do. You cannot play music from your Apple Watch. There's a speaker in it, right? The speaker for getting notifications and phone calls, but you can't just play some Tupac or some Biggie Smalls or some Rihanna or some Madonna, whatever song you want. You can't just play it from your watch. You can always do that on Galaxy Watches. Now, say I got a bunch of music on my phone. I want to add this to the watch. Okay? So we're going to add this song right over to the watch. Now, this usually takes a couple of seconds. Okay, I was about to say, don't troll me, Samsung. Don't troll me. Okay, so now, bong, it's added to the watch. So now when I go to my watch, if I want to play some music, let's go to music, bong. Okay. Hit allow. And I can play some music. Right from the watch. You know what I'm saying? Now I know some of y'all, and look, it shows the actual album art. Okay? Now I know some of y'all are gonna say, look, watch this. This is the song I just added. Now this one doesn't have any album art. Let's let the beat drop. Of course, you can raise or lower the volume. Let's get max volume. Okay. Playing my favorite songs right from the watch. I can play and pause, skip and reverse tracks. Y'all remember this song? Now I know some people are going to say, oh, this is kind of gimmicky. Why would you ever need this? You probably will never use it, but you never know. Maybe you're taking notes at work and you just want to hear some nice, soft, classical music, but you don't want to hear it too loud. You can have it just like this. Now look how loud this is. This is enough that you can hear it, but it's not going to distract you. All right, that's just a cool feature to have, okay? So you can have it automatically sync track, so whenever you download a song to your phone, it can sync over to your watch. Okay, now I'll leave auto sync off. Same thing, add images. Now watch this. Let's add an image, okay, from our last camera test. Okay, add an image to the watch. Okay, it's adding images. And this is how that's going to work. All right, so we'll go home. Okay, so it just added, right? So now from the watch, all I got to do is swipe up. Let's go to gallery. Bong, and here's the images that I added. And now this is just cool. You know, you can have your pets, your girl, yourself, whatever you got. Add images right to your watch. And then you can now also turn around and use those as watch faces. Okay? Now you can delete the images, the same thing, have it auto sync. So that's manage your content. You got general, okay? Speech rate, okay? Your keyboard, your quick responses. Now, quick responses, this is kind of dope too. You see I added one calm down. This is for when you're getting a phone call, okay? Which I'm going to show you how it works in a minute. But you get a phone call, you don't want to answer it. You got quick responses. And I like the fact that you can add one. So when my daughter called me, I'm like, how much? Because my daughter called me, I already know. I can't answer the phone. How much money do you need? All I got to do is how much. All right? That's it. All right, so that's your quick responses. Orientation, depending on which wrist you wear your watch, left or right. That's going to switch it, make it easier for your buttons. Okay, that's pretty much it for that. Safety and emergency. Okay, now put in your medical info. I ain't going to show mines. You got send messages, okay? Send message. This is SOS. Now, let me show you how SOS works. I'm going to have to block out Amaya's number just now. Here's how SOS works. If I'm wearing my watch, okay, now, this is dope. You got to pay attention to this part. Say I'm going into the projects. I don't really I don't frequent the projects anymore, you know what I'm saying? But say I had to go there and visit somebody, and I'm going in there at night. I know, you know, people might want to kidnap me or whatever. You never know what happens. I want people to know where I'm at. Or say I'm about to get robbed. SOS. So I got mine set to 3 taps. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. Maybe I gotta wear the watch to do that. Let me try that. I never tried it with the watch off. I hope this works because that would be the worst SOS ever. Okay, there it is. All right, so you gotta have the watch on. Now it's gonna give me some time to let me know, do I really want to do it? I'm gonna exit out of that. Okay, so say I'm outside and you know, it started calling Amaya. Now I usually have my SOS set to Amaya, somebody that I know that, you know, she can make the proper phone calls to get my bail money together, make the proper calls to get my goons together. You know, she knows everybody that I know. But if I'm somewhere and the shit starts going down, I'm in the store and all of a sudden it's an armed robbery, something going crazy, all I gotta do is quickly hit the 3. I hit 2. All right, let me do that again. Quickly 3. This is how much I actually use this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now I just felt the vibration. Is it calling? Let me see. Let me try that again. Okay, this is not how it's supposed to work. Let's see. Let me just make sure I got it set up right. Let's see. SOS call to Amaya. Okay, SOS with home key. Yeah, see, I got mine set to press it 3 times. Okay, press the home key 3 times and goes to SOS. Let's try that again. Oh, I'm sharing location with Amaya. But maybe I got to turn that off. Stop sharing. Okay, let me turn that off. Okay, let's hit clear. And we'll go home. All right, so let's try that again. Maybe you got to press it harder. This is not good. 1, 2, 3. This is the first time it hasn't worked for me. Let's try to look. Let me see if I got it on this one too. You see? It just got that vibration. It worked. Look, see? But this one is not connected. Let me try that again. All right, hold on. Let's exit out of everything. All right, there it is. Okay, SOS. All right, so it has to work better than that though. But you get the idea. Imagine you getting jacked and you're like, all right, SOS, and the shit don't work immediately. Okay, there it is. All right, let's try one more time. All right. Oh yeah. I'm just chilling in the spot. Okay, this is the robbery. Everybody, don't move. All right, chill. Don't shoot. Hold up, chill. Don't shoot. See, I'm dead. I would have been dead right there. Oh no. Okay, it went off. Now I don't got to look at it. Now it gives me a couple of seconds to let me know, did I really want to do that? Now, if I could, after that, do the 3 clicks and then put my wrist down, it's going to send a message to Amaya, and it's going to start sharing my location. Now, she knows if I'm going somewhere seedy, before I even get there, I'm going to be like, yo, Amaya, if you get an SOS from me, all right, call this person, call that person, you know what I'm saying, and make everything happen. And she knows I got her set up on mine also. With her, she knows if she texts me a certain code, that means, yo, get on the next flight. Okay, so you can have it count down 5 seconds, whatever, it's an SOS. Now, you also got hard fall detection. That's the same as the Apple Watch fall detection. If you leave that on, you fall down the stairs, it'll ask you, are you okay? And if you don't answer, it's automatically going to dial 911 and send them to your location. So this is a good gift to give to your parents. Tell them to wear their watch and make sure they leave fall detection on. Okay, so that's safety and emergency, accounts and backup, nothing to see there. Watch software update and about watch. Okay, simple enough. Like I said, everything you can do from the watch, you can do from your phone. Now, let me see something. Let's try that one more time. Okay. All right, it's working now. I don't know why it was trolling me, but hey, man, it is what it is. All right, so let's exit out of that. Now, let's go through some of the basic stuff again. All right, so you got your music. Y'all already seen that? Okay, quick contacts. Y'all seen that? Okay, I took 167 steps today. I'm on some workout shit. Y'all should be proud of me. Okay, there's all your different activities. We went through that route. Now, I'm going to show you something. We're going to try some of this actual stuff in real life. Okay, so let's drop this on. I like the new band too, but I like to have bands like this better because this one is just a little bit harder to adjust. Okay, so we got routes. We got sleep. Like I said, I don't sleep with this on. Body composition. Okay, let's try this. Let me get in a nice, comfortable position. Body composition, male. Okay, let me see. Let me set up this stuff real quick. How tall am I? 6'2". How much do I weigh? Let's say around 240. Let's say around 240. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm still on my 30-day diet, so it is what it is. Okay. So I just got a voicemail. That's probably a Maya calling me like, bro, you all right? All right, let's go. How to measure. Okay. Move a little bit higher on the wrist. Let's see if this actually works. Okay. 2 fingers. Okay. Don't let your wrist touch. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Don't do me dirty, Samsung. All right. Let me do it. Let me do it because I gotta be quiet. Okay, now here's my body. Let's see it. Basically, fat mass. My fat mass. I'm about 50% fat ass. Let me see. Body fat 22%. 22% lard. Let's see. BMI 30%. 153. Okay. So basically, let's see. So it's saying, okay. Basically, what it's saying is I'm a fat fuck and I need to actually start using this watch to work out. Anyway, okay. Thanks, Samsung. I appreciate that. All right. So let's go back out of that. Okay, so that's your, body composition. Here's the weather. Okay. Okay, here's my calendar. It's letting me know I'm supposed to meditate at 7:15 today. ECG. Let's do an ECG. Okay. Okay. Sinus rhythm. Now, as somebody who worked on an ambulance, right, as a paramedic for a number of years, sinus rhythms mean that your heart rate is normal. All right, sinus. That's a regular heart rate, a regular ECG rhythm. All right, sinus. Now, if it was irregular, like when you see somebody using a defibrillator, you can't shock somebody with a sinus rhythm. That means they're regular. All right, so sinus means regular. All right, so let's exit out of that. Okay, so that's ECGs. Okay, heart rate. Okay, now let's see. Let's do the heart rate. It's a little bit high right now for me because I'm shooting a video. I'm all worked up. I'm all worked up, but it is what it is. Normally it's around 80 something. Okay, so let's keep it moving. All right, so that's the heart rate. Okay, let's see. Stress. Now I'm not going to do this, measure your stress, because it is what it is. Blood oxygen. Okay. Move your watch higher on your wrist. Okay. Put your elbow on the table. Look, I don't think we need to see all that stuff. Blood oxygen. You got your calendar. Okay. Like I said, 167 big boy steps. And that's the last one. Now, I do want to show you some other cool stuff that I do on this phone. On this watch. Let me show you how it looks when you're getting a phone call. All right, so let me grab a phone. All right, so I'm going to call myself from one of my trap numbers, just so you can see how it looks. You notice the phone is ringing, the watch is ringing. Now I can swipe up to answer, swipe the other way to decline, or I can hit with a pre-written message. Bang, can't talk right now, exit out of that. All right, so now let me show you what it looks like when you're getting a text message. Okay, so I'm texting myself. Remember, this is my trap number. It's not a real number. Okay, so I just got a message. Now, if I want to, I can swipe up. I got all my pre-written responses. Or if I click on this, swipe up. I got voice. I got swipe. I got emojis. I got a full keyboard, which was one of my gripes with the Z Flip 4. How can you put a little keyboard on a watch and not on the phone like this? All right, kind of doesn't add up, but it is what it is. Okay? Oh, I got numbers. All right, so let's do voice. I'll call you back in 20 minutes. Hit send. Call you back in 20 minutes. Now, let's try that again. Let's do another test. We'll go home. Okay? Okay? There's a message. Again. Quick responses, or click on this. No voice. We don't want to do voice. We'll click on this and swipe up. We'll do keyboard. All right, now you can type hi. Okay? You can do that if you want. Hit send. Okay, so you can actually type, and we'll do one more. Okay? We'll do your. If you live in Queens, you say your. All right, so we do the Europe. All right, so now swipe up. I'm going to click on the actual message. Swipe up. We'll do swipe. And I can actually type. Hi. Bang, just like that. So this is one of the things that I use this watch for the most. Sending text messages and making and answering phone calls. All right, so now let's try an actual phone call. Okay, so if I want to, let's call up the 24-hour diner and see what time they close. Max volume. Yeah, hi. Can I get the address to your diner?
1116 Atlantic Avenue.
11116 Atlantic Avenue?
Between 111 and 112 Street.
Okay, and you guys open 24 hours?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Bong, just like that. James Bond status. All right, so this is one of my main uses for the Galaxy Watch, making phone calls, sending text messages. Now, you also have Samsung Pay. Personally, I don't use that, but you can use your watch to pay for items. Here's how it works. You're going to long press on the back button. That'll open up Samsung Pay. And when you see that symbol at the register, boop, tap your watch, use it as a credit card. Now, let me show you one of my favorite features, using your watch as a viewfinder for your camera. This is so dope, okay? Now, say I got my phone set up on the table like this, looking at shoes. She don't know I want to take a picture. All I got to do is open up the camera app on my phone, and I can take a picture while my phone is right there. And I can also swipe over and do videos. Okay, let me load that back up again. Let me show you how it looks loading up. All right, so we'll exit out of that. Okay, now watch this. Now the phone is just off. Let's have it totally off. Phone is totally off on the table. Okay, now say you can use this for scummy activities too, but I'm gonna use it right now for good. I got my phone like this on the table. I say I'm having a conversation with somebody. They spilling their guts, giving me all the tea, and I want to record them. All I got to do is clandestinely go to my watch. Okay, we're going to go over the camera, press the camera button. You see, it automatically turned on my phone and went to the camera. Now we just got to wait for it to load up the preview, and there it is. Now I can take pictures and videos. Now, one of the dopest things about this is if I move my phone around, I can move my phone without moving my watch. Why is that important? Say you want to videotape the cops doing some greasy shit, but you don't want to be that dude right there with the camera right in their face. You can have the camera low by your pants pocket, and you can adjust it to get the view you want, and nobody's going to know you're recording. How sick is that? All right, this is pretty epic. All right, so I can switch over to video. Okay, same thing. I can take some videos. Now I'm recording right from my watch. Now I can have the phone clandestinely by my pocket. I could be zooming in on somebody, catching all my videos. Now, one of the things that make this so dope, the range. All right, the range on this is pretty epic. Let me swipe out of that. And the fact that it activates while your phone is completely off. So right now my phone is completely off. Let me sit back. Nobody knows I want to take some pictures. I'm going to go to my watch, go to camera. I'm going to activate the camera. Bong, it just turned on. Now I can still be having the same conversation. That person they didn't see me touch my phone. They don't know I'm recording now. But I'm recording and taking pictures. Now, like I said, you can use this for good, or you can be the ultimate diabolical scumbag. But this is one of the dopest features. And trust me, you just got to start playing with this one. You're going to love it. All right? Using your watch as a viewfinder for the camera. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, one more thing I wanted to show you. You can also turn the timer on. Okay, so right now, I got it set to take that clandestine photo after 3 seconds. Bong, just snapped it. Or you can turn it off to get instant photos. Bong. Bong. Bong, just like that. Now here's another feature that I use a lot, the Google Assistant. So say you forgot how to spell a word. How do you spell apocalypse?
Apocalypse is spelled A-P-O-C-A-L-Y-P-S-E.
Just like that. All right, so here's another feature that I use a lot, GPS. Say you want to get turn-by-turn navigation, all you got to do is swipe up. You're going to go to Maps. All right, now I'm going to put in one of my favorite places, Zoomer. We'll put in driving. Okay, now it's searching for the route. It's also searching on my phone. Bong is going to pull up the route.
Southwest on 105th Avenue toward Princeton Street.
So it just pulled up the route. And then now I got all of the turn-by-turn directions on my watch. Now I'm going to show you how this looks in the car. And I'm not going to go outside driving around right now in the middle of the night. I'm going to show you some stock video for my Galaxy Watch 4 review because they work exactly the same. Okay, so here's how it's going to look like when you're driving in your car, wearing your watch, and using your GPS. 100. All right, so I got an address set up in the phone. Now let's see how the GPS looks. Turn right. Turn right.
Take the second left onto Lakewood Avenue, then turn right onto 142nd Street.
Okay. Now the phone is telling me to take a left on Lakewood. Take a left on Lakewood. Just go ahead and do that.
Take the next right onto 142nd Street. In a quarter mile, slight right onto Van Wyck Expressway. 600 feet, turn right onto Van Wyck Expressway. Take the second right onto Van Wyck Expressway.
Okay.
In a quarter mile, take the I-678 North Van Wyck Expressway ramp on the left to Whitestone Bridge, Floss.
So that's how it's gonna look. That was for my car, guys. All right, so overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 and the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro a major go. The only thing that I don't like is they got rid of the rotating bezel, and it's going to leave you with this. Now, if you notice, you see all those smudges? You're going to have to touch your phone a lot. Now, I was used to getting my messages and checking them without having to touch anything. This one, you're going to constantly have to keep swiping or going like this, and then you're going to have to keep going like this. Now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, my OCD was triggering me this whole video every time I pull out the watch and I got to see all those smudges. I don't like that. But other than that, this watch does everything I needed to do. Let's try this one more time. Why not? 1, 2, 3. Okay, SOS is working now. Gotta make sure about that. Everything works on this, okay? This is a triple major go, totally worth the price. Unless you already got the 4 Classic, then no need to upgrade. Anyway, Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Boxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. Hashtags salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuce. Spock won the beam up. Energize.
We're in a situation where everybody in the world uses technology. And if you're gonna buy some of that technology, you gotta understand certain things. Subscribe to Flossy Carter. He does reviews of all the latest technology. The iPhones, the iPads, the Galaxies, the Samsungs, whatever the fuck. The Beats by that doctor guy. And he puts his kitty cat in the videos too for you something to look at. You know, I'm an animal lover, so I like that shit. So make sure you hit the subscribe button to Flossy Carter on the YouTube, the follow button on the Instaface, and the like button on the Facelook. Because if you don't, we're gonna have a fucking problem here. A bad one. Now hit the fucking subscribe button.